Yo, what is up, guys? Daddy is back, and this is the first time I'm doing one of these. It's you know, I had someone ask me if I had any tips or anything for their offense because they're having a hard time throwing the ball down the field, which I found to be a little interesting. Maybe they still are rocking a Mike Vick for MUT, or an EJ Manuel or something. Maybe that's the reason. Um, but anyway, this year, in Madden, I think it's a lot more fun to throw the ball than it was last year. Last year, I actually enjoyed running the ball, and running the ball is still good this year. But I'm having a lot of fun throwing the ball because of all the new additions that they have, and how they have players reacting and stuff. And yeah, sometimes it bites when you get a corner jumper route or something on you, but it's part of the game. So anyway, in lieu of that, so I'm throwing up a little tip here video. It's just one play, and I'll show you guys how to beat it in cover 3 and man. And cover 2, it's essentially the same thing. I'll show you guys that too, how to beat it, because those are the 3 main coverages you're gonna see: is man, 2 under, cover 3, and cover 2. But anyway, it's in the Dallas Cowboy playbook. It's their shotgun formation, empty trips, tight end. And essentially what I do is I move my players around here. I put my best receiver, or fastest at least, with pretty solid hands, in the slot, because he's the one we're going to really be trying to get the ball to, I'd say 75% of the time. And here, we got Des Bryant there. The other receivers really don't matter. You put your second 2 there. And since DeMarco Murray, there's no halfback in this formation, I threw DeMarco Murray out there. He's got pretty good hands, and he's fast. And you could actually throw a Cole Beasley or an Escobar, kinda. But DeMarco's quick, and he's got pretty good hands. So for the Cowboys, this is usually what my setup is. And let's go into it. It's a very, 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 very simple concept, and actually has a simple name: drive. This drive, I want to say, let me just pick we'll go cover 3 sky, sure. So anyway, it's a typical drive concept, with a little difference. I've seen most drives actually this year have like a motion into the slant or into the drag underneath. As opposed to just being stationary, and this one is stationary, and it's coming from the 2 slot receivers on the left, as opposed to a slot and one of the receivers split wide, or the tight end. So it functions a little bit differently because you got 2 quick guys there. Anyway, first way I'm going to show how to beat cover 3 with this play is we're just going to leave the play as is, and we're going to run the drive concept. Normal play, leave it. And essentially you're reading that middle linebacker lined up right over there over Tyron Smith, number 77, the left tackle. You're just going to read it. You pretty much never throw it to RB. You throw it to Y underneath, and you get yourself 2 blockers. Real simple. Real simple. Good, quick 5 yards every time. Now, if you start beating your opponent real bad with that, and he starts dropping his lineman into a zone, or putting one of his linemen in a QB spy or something, where essentially you're trying to hit the Y right now, or Des Bryant, right between the hashes. You don't want to throw it too early, you don't want to throw it too late, right between the hashes, and just curve it up the field. That's it. Nothing fancy. Now, I will show you what happens when you wait on it. If you wait and go across the field, all of a sudden you're running into a linebacker, and because it's Des Bryant, he'll catch that. But if you got someone that doesn't have the catch rating that he has, you might be in for a hurting. Next way I'm going to show you guys how to use this play is I reroute. Let me show you the play. So you see A there, Jason Witten. He's got one of those like bend in fades or whatever. So instead of that, we want to put him on a streak. So in doing so, it makes it so that way the linebacker sits more to his inside, and there's going to be more space. And what we're going to do is you're going to throw a bullet pass to the outside to Witten, and essentially it's damn near uncoverable. Now I'm going to throw DeMarco Murray there in the comeback, so that way I pull up that the cover 3 over there from that corner, and I'm going to throw the bullet pass to the outside. Boink. uncoverable. I mean, there's nothing you really can do for that. Now, if you're playing MUT or whatever, you might get, you know, a Luke Kuechly or something that will make and come up with a SWAT. But you pretty much are safe on this every time. And if you need to, if you got like a Jimmy Graham or if Witten, you throw it up high and let it go there. Now, the only problem with that is you can see the corner starts fading over that way. And that can hurt you sometimes, especially if you got a good corner or your opponent's got a good corner out there. So instead, what I do is I bullet pass it straight outside, catches it, secures it. Real easy beat. Now, the next way I'm going to show you guys how to use this play and beat someone is, let's say you're one of those guys who really loves to throw the comeback. For some reason, you love throwing that damn comeback route. All right. Now, we're going to throw RB into the flat, which is going to pull up, you know, your safety over there that's sitting there in the flat zone. And when you throw the X, you're either going to throw it down so that way he stops on a dime and, you know, keeps the ball inbounds, but, you know, you still get your first down. Or the other way to throw it, obviously, is, you know, throw it out of bounds. That way, you know, you can stop the clock and all that. Well, that's what you get. You got to really time this well. Essentially, right before he breaks, you got to throw it. So that was a little late. Still got it though. Now in MUT, you're going to come across a lot of really good corners, so you really can't do that. So that's how you use this. You never throw to RB on that in route on this. I'll show you why, because it's just the linebacker sits right in front of him, and you know what? You're throwing right at your Y coming underneath. The timing of the routes is just not that nice in this formation when it comes to zone. And that's just zone. Now I'll show you guys how to beat it. Beat the man version of this. Let's say, you know, your guy comes out and cover two man. So we're going to go same play. Shotgun, empty trips tight end, drive. Formation, we'll just do 4-3, and we'll do typical cover two man. Nothing crazy. Just show you guys. Okay, so now let's start with Witten. You know, that nice little streak that was happening before. Now he's manned up. Try to throw a bullet past the outside. It's never going to happen. You're going to get that linebacker jumping the route all the time. And if it just happens to be Luke Kuechly or someone else, or if he's got his safety on him, that's going to be a pick six every time. So watch again, nothing. There's no way you can get that ball to him. You can try and just throw the comeback route to the right, but because normally the left corner is the best corner that the person has, you're probably not going to get it to him. And it's the same thing. You try and throw it down, or you try and throw it to the outside, depending on, you know, what you need to do. And sometimes you beat them, sometimes you don't. Man, I never throw comebacks. I never do. It's just not something I advise. But now let's go back to that drive concept, because that's the name of the play, right? Drive. So on this, we're going to wait just a little bit longer. Wait for him to break past the linebacker, gets up the field. Now, you're not going to have the nice extra yardage and anything like that. What you can do to try and maybe pick up some more is put A on a slant, and what that'll help do is pull that linebacker out of the way. And, you know, now you can hit Y, get him underneath the linebacker who's trailing there. That's a slow linebacker. I think that's like Herzlich. But anyway, so watch again. Trails him, hits him, bunch of space there. Now, back to the in route. You're never going to throw this in route, really. I mean, I'll throw it now just to show you guys. It's just not going to happen. He has inside pressure there. I mean, he's got you know, leverage. He's got the inside. So what I usually do is throw an out route and throw it to a super out route. Now, because you got trips to the left, most times RB there, the most inside receiver, your fourth here in this play, is going to have a linebacker on him. And by him having a linebacker on him means the guy's slow, or at least slower than your receiver. So throw it like a typical out route, you get a break. Now, what would be nice a lot of times is that comeback route will actually block up their own guy, and so that way you can have someone else. But it seems like their corner over there is really trailing Williams. You can wait and kind of wait on the out route because of the separation in space and then get a block. But you know, you really don't want to be doing that all the time. But anyway, so that's how you beat it with cover 3 and man. I'll show you cover 2 real quick. We'll just do a normal cover 2. So going back to shotgun, trips tight end, drive again, and we're gonna go 4-3. And where's your cover 2 in here? There you go. So he comes out, even if it's cover 4, because you're gonna essentially almost play these the same way. If you read cover 4, you're gonna be throwing. You're not really gonna be throwing to Witten. Despite on this one, you can throw to Witten. This one's just gonna be a straight bullet pass because of the fact that either whether because it's cover 4 or cover 2. The reason is because that linebacker is going to pull. Now here I didn't reroute him. I should have not reroute him. I'm sorry. Should throw him on the streak, and then he just goes blazing right by him. He doesn't even pay attention to him. Herzlich doesn't even look at him. And that's a big difference between the streaks and the fades. Streaks, you know, there's no hesitation from your tight end there. Now you can throw the comeback route to the right, but if you know it's cover 2, I would really throw A here, the tight end, into the flat, just to hopefully pull that corner. Now if he doesn't pull him and he stays up like that, you're not going to get it. What your best bet would be if you really want to throw that comeback route is actually do this with put Y in the flat there and let X just run his normal comeback route. Now you got room and you could just loft it in right over top of him. Simple, very simple. Now let's go back to that drive concept because that is, again, the name of the game. This one you can read like normal. And actually get it to RB sometimes if you can thread it right by the linebacker there. But it can be a little dicey because of the fact that you have your better receiver, or you should have your better receiver on that outside slot there. Now, I would still go back to Y underneath because you still have your tight end underneath, or tight end and your receiver there to help block, and there's a bunch of open space. But yeah, so that's it. You know, that's how you beat cover 2, cover 4, cover 3, cover 2 man. Pretty much any coverage you can think of, you can beat them with this play, and essentially get at least 2 or 3 drives just running this play because of the ways that you can audible in and change everything out of it. But like on the video if you guys liked it. Comment down below what you guys' thoughts, and as always, subscribe for I guess more tips maybe here in a little bit if I keep getting requests, and more MUT games, head-to-heads, and connected franchise and all that. But I'm out, guys. Deuces.